I have no problem being opportunistic when it comes to advantaging my customers.
Ford's new engine is shaking up the entire industry. Everyone is shocked, and you will be too once you see the details. Every automaker is out trying to find the next big thing that can put them ahead of their rivals. But this is not just an engine, it is much more than that. So what exactly makes it special? How will it perform? And what does this mean for Ford and the industry? What the heck is this thing? Well, it is a hybrid. The EcoBoost engines are revolutionizing performance while still keeping an eye on fuel efficiency. Did you know that around 25% of F-150s sold today are hybrids? That's Ford's way of saying, we hear you. This move towards hybrid tech is not just about responding to consumer demands for greener options. It's also about supercharging the functionality of their vehicles. It's clear that Ford has been adapting and evolving their engine technology for over a century, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. They're constantly innovating and investing in crazy new technologies like electric engines and space-age materials. And one phenomenal feature that makes their hybrids stand out is exportable power. Imagine being able to power tools and equipment directly from your truck. This capability makes the F-150 not only a fantastic work vehicle, but also a killer companion for recreational adventures. But we are just scratching the surface here. So let's break it down. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. But while we do that, subscribe and hit that bell icon for more videos like this. How good is this engine? If you're a fan of power and adrenaline, you're in for a treat. Officially making its grand entrance in the 2020 Ford Mustang Shelby GT 500, this powerhouse boasts a robust 5.2-liter supercharged V8 engine that has not only raised eyebrows but also set new benchmarks in the automotive universe. It's no wonder this engine has become a go-to reference point in performance and speed discussion. Now, what makes the Predator V8 stand out? To start, it features a dual overhead cam design, cleverly arranged in a V configuration with 8 lively cylinders. This is quite a departure from its older sibling, the naturally aspirated Voodoo engine in the Shelby GT 350. While that engine was no slouch, the Predator takes things a step further. Thanks to its supercharger, this engine delivers a significant boost in power without the added complexity of a flat plane crankshaft. As a result, it unleashes a staggering 760 horsepower and an impressive 625 pound-feet of torque. That makes it one of the most powerful production engines Ford has ever crafted. But wait, there's a whole lot more to the Predator V8 than just those jaw-dropping stats. This powerhouse is loaded with cutting-edge tech, boasting variable camshaft timing, or a VCT, and advanced fueling systems that not only crank up the performance, but also boost overall efficiency. Talk about a win-win. And here's the kicker. Every single unit is lovingly hand-built at Ford's Romeo engine plant in Michigan, where skilled craftsmanship turns this beastly engine into a work of art. So when you fire up that engine, you're not just hearing raw power, you're experiencing a symphony of engineering excellence. And this supercharged marvel delivers lightning-fast acceleration and impressive capabilities for any driving scenario you throw at it. With a maximum boost of 12 psi, you can expect exhilarating speeds while enjoying reliability and responsiveness. Who doesn't love that combo? The engineering design ensures smooth power delivery, allowing drivers to relish that adrenaline rush without sacrificing control. Whether you're tearing up the track or cruising through city streets, this engine transforms every drive into an unforgettable adventure. So when you think of the Ford Predator V8, keep in mind that it's not just an engine, it's a thrilling blend of power, speed, and advanced tech that's shaking up the modern muscle car world. Its arrival is a big deal in automotive history, setting new performance standards that competitors will be scrambling to catch up with in the exciting years ahead. The Predator V8 isn't just about impressive numbers, it's about creating an exhilarating driving experience that'll leave you grinning from ear to ear. Now, this is just the V8 engine. Ford has got a lineup of similar ones, which makes you wonder, how are they doing it? Let's dissect this together. What's the secret? Now let's dive into EcoBoost technology, which truly represents the spirit of innovation at Ford. One of the key highlights here is turbocharging. Here's how it works. It captures energy from exhaust gases that would normally vanish into thin air, and instead this energy drives a turbine linked to a compressor. This process forces more air into the combustion chamber. What's the bottom line? You get a serious bump in power without the bulk of a larger engine. This leads to a design that's not only more compact, compact, but also incredibly efficient. But EcoBoost engines have another fantastic trick up their sleeves: direct fuel injection. This clever technique injects fuel directly into the combustion chamber as a superfine mist, allowing for pinpoint fuel delivery that maximizes combustion efficiency. The result? More power without sacrificing fuel economy by skipping the port injectors that can dilute the air-fuel mixture. EcoBoost engines minimize wasted energy, making every drop of fuel work harder for you. It's like having your cake and eating it too. Power and efficiency all in one delicious package. But that is not all. Let's dive into twin independent variable camshaft timing. This nifty technology allows for constant adjustments of both intake and exhaust valve timing, giving your engine a serious performance boost across various loads. When you're really pushing the pedal to the metal, it ramps up torque and power, but when you're just cruising along, it helps save on fuel. Talk about a win-win. EcoBoost engines come in all shapes and sizes, from a zippy 1 liter to a robust 3.5 liter, fitting perfectly into Ford's lineup, including heavyweights like the F-150, Mustang, and Explorer. Just think about the 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6. It can deliver an impressive 400 horsepower while still being more efficient than many naturally aspirated engines with similar power. So, whether you're zooming down the highway or navigating city streets, twin independent variable camshaft timing is there to make every drive smoother and more exciting. But if you think Ford's just sitting on this achievement, you would be wrong. Ford's recent patent focuses on capturing and reusing crankcase vapors, which is a clever way to tackle one of the main emission sources in traditional combustion engines. By recycling these vapors back into the combustion process instead of letting them escape into the atmosphere, Ford is making a significant impact on both fuel efficiency and emissions reduction. Definitely a smart move given the tightening global environmental regulations. These advancements highlight Ford's strategy of balancing high performance with eco-friendly responsibilities. By evolving both their internal combustion engines and hybrid technology, Ford is crafting vehicles that cater to a wide range of consumer needs while contributing to sustainability efforts. When you think about Ford's new engine technologies, from hybrids to EcoBoost innovations, remember, they're not just keeping up with today's demands, they're paving the way for a more sustainable automotive future. By consistently pushing the envelope in hybrid and traditional combustion tech, Ford is positioning itself as not only a leader in innovation, but also a responsible player in tackling environmental challenges. With features like regenerative braking and intelligent power management, Ford hybrid vehicles are designed to optimize fuel efficiency and reduce emissions, making every drive feel good for both you and the planet. And this is also shown on their broader strategy. Their newer models are coming with this concept in mind: convenience and efficiency. But sometimes it seems like they take it to a level that is just ridiculous. Just imagine driving your car while essential information is projected right onto your windshield. That's what Ford is doing in partnership with Series Holographics, marking a major breakthrough in automotive tech. They've developed a cutting-edge holographic head-up display that uses Series' incredible HoloFlex TM technology. The system allows critical driving data to appear right in the driver's line of sight, making things like speed, navigation, and fuel levels easily accessible. With this innovation, drivers can focus fully on the road ahead and be less distracted, which is a huge win for safety. The head-up display is not just any display, it features a smart multi-screen interface that can divide information into 3 sections. 2 that deliver vital stats for the driver, and 1 that's all about keeping passengers entertained. Here's the best part: passengers can enjoy content on their own screen without causing any distractions to the driver. This is super important given the increasing concern around driver attention in our multitasking world. To pull this off, the technology is embedded into a laminated windshield, which includes holographic optical elements. These elements are finely engineered to guarantee clarity and visibility, no matter what the lighting conditions are outside. At a recent vehicle display and interface conference, Ford laid it all out about their HoloFlex technology and the crazy testing it went through. They really put it to the test with durability checks and impact assessments to make sure it meets those tough automotive safety standards. And guess what? The results were super exciting. This isn't just some far-off concept. HoloFlex is ready to hit the streets in upcoming vehicle models. Andy Travers, CEO of Series Holographics, nailed it when he said this tech takes the user experience up a notch while keeping safety in check by reducing how often drivers need to look away from the road. With HoloFlex, Ford is all about making your ride smoother and safer. Now that's a win-win. Financial implications. Let's talk money. When Ford rolls out new engine technologies paired with innovative features, it's not just a gimmick, it has serious financial consequences. Conducting a detailed cost-benefit analysis is key to understanding how production and market gains stack up against one another. Developing and integrating bleeding-edge technologies, like that holographic head-up display we just talked about, requires hefty investments. This includes researching and developing new ideas, along with fine-tuning manufacturing processes. Ford also relies on partnerships with specialized suppliers, such as Seres Holographics, which adds to the equation. But here's the fun part. All those costs can pay off big time. Enhanced features that draw in tech-savvy consumers can ramp up vehicle sales. If Ford can show that their cars are equipped with the latest and greatest tech, that might just set them apart in a crowded market, potentially leading to higher profit margins. Plus, as customers increasingly prefer vehicles that prioritize safety and connectivity, Ford's commitment to these innovative technologies could lead to substantial financial benefits in the long run. The stock market is like an eager spectator, hanging on every move Ford makes with its new tech and innovations. Investors are closely watching how these announcements impact the company's growth potential and ability to adapt to the ever-changing industry trends. When Ford rolls out major technological breakthroughs or exciting partnerships, you can bet their stock prices will start dancing, reflecting the market's confidence and perceived value. Recently, Ford's push into both electric vehicles and advanced internal combustion technologies has investors buzzing, especially with patents aimed at improving efficiency and reducing emissions. As Ford continues to innovate, it's clear that the stock market is ready to reward those bold moves. For example, if positive news surfaces, such as successful testing phases or hints at great consumer interest in new features, investors might respond with enthusiasm, boosting stock prices in anticipation of profitability. But on the flip side, any hiccups or delays could dampen investor confidence, leading to declines in stock prices. Keeping an eye on these trends is essential because they reveal not just how well Ford is doing in the automotive scene, but also how it's positioned to turn its innovations into monetary success. So what are the challenges this thing will face once in the current market? Let's talk about it for a sec. Market dynamics. Right now, the industry is buzzing with change, especially as traditional internal combustion engines face some serious competition from electric vehicles. Ford's latest engine technologies, like their hybrid and EcoBoost options, are all about keeping the company relevant and competitive in this fast-evolving landscape. This isn't just a small shift, it's Ford making a bold statement about their commitment to innovation. With CEO Jim Farley leading the charge, they're rolling out game-changing engines that blend performance and sustainability, ready to take on EV giants like Tesla and hybrid champs like Honda. Their fresh advancements, including the new Air engine and enhanced combustion tech, are set to redefine what drivers can expect from both traditional and electric rides. So buckle up. Ford is not just keeping up, they're steering us into a more exciting and sustainable automotive future. When we look at the competitive landscape for Ford, it's clear that Tesla stands tall like a giant in the electric vehicle market. Tesla has built a powerful brand and a loyal fan base that's all in on its cutting-edge tech and sleek designs. But Ford isn't just sitting back and watching. They're rolling out some seriously innovative engine technology aimed at those consumers who might still be on the fence about going fully electric. By introducing hybrid options that blend traditional combustion engines with electric efficiency, Ford is making a strong play to attract a wider range of buyers. These hybrids promise the perfect mix of performance and practicality, catering not just to die-hard EV fans, but also to folks who appreciate a familiar driving experience. So whether you're looking for a smooth ride around town or something that can handle a bit of adventure, Ford's got you covered with options that keep everyone happy. Now, before we get too comfortable, it's important to remember that the competition isn't limited to just Tesla. General Motors is also making impressive moves toward electrification, boasting ambitious plans for an exciting range of EVs set to launch in the coming years. For Ford, the stakes are high. They must leverage their extensive heritage and the trust they've cultivated over decades while simultaneously innovating rapidly to keep up with GM's aggressive strategies. Plus, we can't ignore ignore the growing influence of Chinese electric vehicle manufacturers in this space. These companies are carving out significant market presence by capitalizing on lower production costs and groundbreaking technology. With substantial government incentives for EV production, they can often offer prices that put Ford's market share under serious threat. These competitors benefit from domestic policies that lower their production costs, making it easier for them to deliver competitive pricing. On top of that, they have easier access to essential materials needed for battery production, such as lithium and cobalt. This creates a ripple effect, putting immense pressure on Ford to not only keep pushing the envelope on innovation, but also secure reliable and cost-effective sources for these critical materials. This means that Ford has to elevate its game in more ways than one, not just in terms of technology, but also by forming strong partnerships and creating efficient supply chains to stay ahead of the competition. And this hybrid could be what they exactly needed. So what's Ford's game plan for addressing all these hurdles? The company is laser focused on innovation while ensuring they can scale up production to meet demand. By actively investing in research and development, Ford aims to refine its current technologies and delve into partnerships with tech firms and research institutions. Collaborating with experts in the field can accelerate the pace of innovation and allow Ford to harness cutting-edge breakthroughs in areas that include battery technology and autonomous driving systems. This forward-thinking approach is crucial as they navigate a rapidly changing landscape filled with both opportunities and formidable challenges. Shifting gears, let's take a look at how consumers are reacting to Ford's new engine technology. So far, the response has been pretty favorable. It seems there's a growing audience interested in hybrid options that deliver both strong performance and impressive efficiency. What's driving this strong market reception? Consumers are clearly craving vehicles that blend power with a little environmental conscience. Ford's EcoBoost engines have won over drivers because they deliver robust performance without skimping on fuel efficiency compared to traditional engines. In today's world, where everyone is more aware of their carbon footprints, people are actively seeking alternatives that don't force them to choose between performance and sustainability. With EcoBoost, Ford has nailed that balance, giving drivers the thrill of the road while keeping their eco-friendly values intact. It's like having your cake and eating it too. Powerful rides that also help you feel good about your impact on the planet. Looking at the sales data, it's clear that Ford's shift toward hybrid technology is really striking a chord with buyers who are exploring sustainable options but aren't quite ready to go fully electric. The positive reception of models like the F-150 Hybrid shows a solid change in consumer preferences, where practicality meets sustainability. With hybrid sales jumping by 50% recently, it's evident that folks love the idea of getting great performance while being kinder to the planet. So whether you're hauling gear or just cruising around town, Ford is making it easier for everyone to embrace greener choices without missing out on the fun. But here's the kicker. Ford must stay alert to the challenges ahead regarding consumer education about its new technologies. As the market continues to evolve, it's vital for Ford to engage in substantial marketing campaigns to inform consumers about the advantages of their new engines, especially when compared to traditional choices or fully electric vehicles. Plus, regulatory hurdles could affect how quickly consumers adopt these new technologies. That's why building relationships with policymakers is crucial to ensure that incentives keep catching up with Ford's innovative offerings. What do you think the next big shift will look like for Ford and the industry as a whole? What to expect now? Ford recently patented a super clever process to capture and reuse crankcase vapors, tackling a significant source of emissions in traditional engines by recycling those vapors back into the combustion process. This innovative step not only boosts engine efficiency, but also cuts down on harmful emissions, perfectly illustrating Ford's commitment to merging powerful performance with genuine environmental care. By embracing sustainable practices, Ford is doing more than just checking off regulatory boxes. They're positioning themselves as frontrunners in the shift to greener automotive technologies. Speaking of regulations, let's dig into how Ford is prioritizing compliance in their new engine designs. These engines are crafted not just to meet, but to exceed the tough standards set by various government agencies focused on reducing vehicle emissions and boosting fuel efficiency. With cutting-edge engineering techniques, Ford ensures that their engines align with the latest Environmental Protection Agency regulations. This involves a thorough testing and validation process that rigorously evaluates the performance of their hybrid and EcoBoost engines across all kinds of driving conditions. So while they're revving up performance, they're also keeping an eye on the environment. Now that's a smooth ride toward a greener future. As regulations continue to tighten globally, especially in regions like Europe and Asia, Ford is proactively adapting its technology to stay ahead of the pack. This commitment requires substantial investments in research and development directed towards cleaner technologies that address the complex needs of international markets. Ford's long-term vision recognizes compliance as a critical component of their overall business strategy. This means they are not only minimizing risks associated with non-compliance, but also enhancing their brand reputation among environmentally conscious consumers who are on the lookout for brands that reflect their values. Looking ahead, let's take a moment to delve into Ford's electric vehicle strategy. They're truly walking the talk by investing heavily in electric vehicles, all while maintaining a robust production line for internal combustion engines. This dual strategy is really astute, as it caters to the diverse consumer preferences and maintains Ford's competitive edge in a rapidly evolving market. Recently, Ford announced a significant tentative agreement involving a whopping $8.1 billion investment in U.S. manufacturing, aimed at ramping up its electric vehicle production capabilities. This funding is set to support the creation of a new high-tech electric commercial van expected to launch in 2026, along with 2 cutting-edge electric pickup trucks that will hit the market in 2027. Ford is clearly tuned in to changing consumer preferences. They are revising their strategy to give more priority to hybrids over fully electric models in certain segments of their lineup. Initially, the plan was to allocate 40% of their annual capital investments towards electric vehicles, but they've adjusted that to 30%. Why the change? It reflects a deeper understanding that many consumers still prefer hybrids for their extended driving range and more manageable upfront costs. Additionally, Ford is enhancing its battery procurement and manufacturing processes to lower the costs associated with electric vehicle production. By focusing on domestic production of lithium iron phosphate batteries, they aim to qualify for incentives under the Inflation Reduction Act, while simultaneously ensuring a smooth supply chain for their upcoming electric models. Ford's innovative engine tech and electrification strategy are gearing up to make some serious waves in the automotive world, especially when it comes to hybrids and electric vehicles. As the market shifts toward more sustainable options, the demand for electrified rides, including hybrids and fully electric models, is expected to soar. Ford is all in on this trend, investing a whopping $22 billion in electrification through 2025, and they're focusing on their iconic models like the Mustang and F-150 to grab that eco-conscious crowd without sacrificing any of the fun. With their smart emphasis on hybrids, Ford is perfectly positioned to capture a big slice of this growing market segment. And let's not forget about the exciting electric commercial van set to hit the streets in 2026 and a groundbreaking electric truck on the way. So buckle up. Ford isn't just keeping pace, they're revving up for an electrifying and sustainable future that's sure to impress. As competition intensifies from Chinese EV manufacturers that leverage cost advantages and advanced battery technologies, Ford's commitment to affordability and competitive offerings could prove to be a major selling point. By aligning their products with consumer preferences, like creating smaller and more budget-friendly vehicles, Ford can effectively navigate pricing pressures while also maintaining profitability. Isn't it fascinating to see how Ford is adapting to both the challenges and opportunities within the automotive landscape? Innovations like bidirectional charging capabilities in their upcoming electric trucks highlight Ford's efforts to integrate cutting-edge technology into their vehicles. This trend signals a move towards smarter, more connected vehicles that not only enhance user experience, but also hit sustainability targets. By staying focused on innovative engine technology, strategic electrification investments, and a dedication to environmental responsibility, Ford is not only addressing current demands, but also primed for future growth in an increasingly competitive automotive industry. How exciting is that for the future of driving? And what's your thoughts on this? Let's know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.